Hey, what's going on, everybody? Today we're going to be discussing and analyzing and breaking down the Security Breach Ruin DLC trailer that was dropped a couple days ago. Like, one. It says two. Yeah, so a little late to the party, I know, but... Well, now the party can start now that we're here, right? So yeah, today we're going to be looking at the trailer. I did naughty, and I watched it already, so it's not going to be my live reaction, I'm sorry. But I will make up for it by analyzing and breaking down this trailer, breaking down the secrets and references, and we're going to be looking at each moment, and I'm going to describe things that are facts, and then I will explain things that are opinion and theory to try to keep it from being confusing as to what's my opinion and what is actual just straight up fact. Alright, so let's just hop right in there then. Alright, so we are going to start obviously at the beginning and then break it down as we go, just like we said at the beginning. So let's get in there. So starting off, we see that the entrance to the Pizzaplex is covered in newspapers, it looks like. This is like the first part where Gregory runs to try to escape, and then it closes in front of his face at 12 a.m. Looks like the Pizzaplex has definitely gone downhill fast, or downhill depending on how long it's been. And you can see graffiti in the corner, and looks like there's a broken hole in the glass up here, and it looks like that's where Cassie is coming down, the new DLC character.
Cassie, I hope you get this message.
And I'll back it up a little bit. Alright, here we see this is, I actually didn't know what this was at first, but this is like the ticket booth area where you go in to get your pass scanned and you get your tickets to get into the Pizzaplex. And there's a lot more graffiti around, and we hear Gregory saying the name of his friend, I assume she is, Cassie, the character we're going to play as.
Get this message.
And then we see this, I don't know exactly what this is. It kind of looks like a Chica figurine that kind of bobbles, and it almost looks like a rat tail, so I'm not really sure what that is. This might be a collectible. It could just be a asset or design or something they put there to kind of make it look interesting, but the fact that it's kind of out of place and it looks like it's moving makes me think maybe these could be collectibles.
I'm trapped here at the Pizzaplex.
That last area I forgot to describe. It looks like the kitchen from like the first trailer when we see Gregory hiding from Chica, and then this next part,
I'm trapped.
I'm actually not sure what section this is. I see Monty on the wall over here. So this makes me think this might be to the prize counter area past the arcade that's in El Chips.
Here at the pizza.
This area makes me think it must be, even though it's incredibly dark, I'm guessing this is the sewer area that connects to where we get chased by Vanny. Somewhere in that area, I'd say, in the sewers.
What's left of it?
This is obviously with the Monty water stuff. This is Monty's Gator Golf. Oops. I believe this is the staircase that leads you towards Mr. Hippo's magnet.
I don't have time to go into how I got here. But you.
More Gator Golf. You can see that there's the mouth looks broken. It's still shooting water though, that's functioning. But there's more graffiti around and everything's on all disarray like the rest of the Pizzaplex in this trailer.
Got to help me out.
This looks like the walkway where we come across Monty when Monty breaks through the fence, and behind that fence is where the sis location room is. This is that walkway you're supposed to go for the story. This is the daycare. It's got a ladder over here. I'm noticing that there's ladders like at the start here. There's a ladder right here. So I'm guessing they might be adding a new ability because Gregory couldn't climb ladders. I actually tried that. So maybe Cassie can climb ladders, which would be an interesting new way to get to higher areas, because it was pretty fun to climb up to places you weren't supposed to go as Gregory, but maybe they're making it so you can get to places easier with ladders. There's one, I think. Oh wait, no, that's not a ladder. Oops. That's, I can see a bar here. This is just the part of the cage for the crawling thing. So it's not a ladder, but there is a ladder at the start, so maybe we can still climb ladders, but that's not one. Alright, continuing. Did the daycare.
Save
This area,
gas.
I would say, looks a lot like the sewers. I'm going to say it's the sewers, but right now I'm not exactly sure. It could be Roxy's Raceway, the way to get to Roxy's Raceway. It's really dark, and I can't quite say.
Please.
This is the elevators to get to the atrium. So over in this section, down the stairs, could be either the atrium or the Golden Freddy statue, depending on what side these elevators are. Because there is two. Yeah, there's two up there too. Yeah, so it's either the entrance or this is the atrium's entrance. But we got more graffiti over here, and we got close forever and a heart here. It's opposite messaging. It's never open again, and heart, we love you. So there's obviously a lot of disarray. There's rugs here that are all ripped up. This makes me think this might be the entrance. Maybe this is where Mapbot is again. I'm not sure which side of the elevators this is.
It's so dark down here.
There's the giant Mr. Cupcake. So this is the Chica's Bakery that had the giant Mr. Cupcake. It looks like there's black streaks under his eyes if I can catch it. Maybe a little bit earlier. There we go. Some black streaks here. And some black streaks here, which makes it look like he's crying. It's kind of interesting little detail. Kind of like the crying children. And we have our first look at Roxanne Wolf's new, I'm going to call it Ultra Shattered. To me, she kind of looks like a bat. Not sure. She's got no eyes, and she's lost her shell of the face, but some pieces here, some hair still. So she's quite withered, quite shattered. Doesn't seem like she can see still, because she's kind of like looking around. So she must still rely on sound, which is very interesting. They got this new device. Actually wondering how this is going to play. She's rolling this, the new character Cassie. I'm not exactly sure what this roller will help us with or what this is for. And then there's these little plugs up here, which we see later she does plug into a machine, like a device. So this must be some kind of hacking tool or some kind of equipment to help power the Pizzaplex, like some puzzles that will require us to make power go. 'Cause later on we see that there is a section like here she's going to plug in, and there's these cords. So not exactly sure what this device is going to be, but I feel like it's definitely going to be important for some puzzles. She's got a bracelet here which kind of has some 80s vibe, and she's got painted fingernails, which is interesting. And also, the final thing to point out before we move on is this device does have a Freddy lightning bolt on it, which makes me think that this is possibly actually Fazbear Entertainment equipment and not something that she just made to kind of like hack into the Pizzaplex, but this is actually a device that is used by the workers and employees of the Pizzaplex. We got an endo, and this is in front of the daycare. We got some do not cross tape over here. Over here, I believe, is the store. Got a crate here. It looks like the endos must have broke out of the underground theater storage area. They must be walking around the daycare now. And notice that there's no fingernail paint on this person, which makes me wonder if this is Gregory or they just didn't paint Cassie's fingernails in this scene. We got Chica here, and then we got the glam rock Roxanne Wolf's hair cutting barbershop, and we got a new icon because our icon of Gregory is a little bit bigger, it's different colored, and this one's smaller, different colored, like I said, and this is Cassie instead of Gregory. Also, Chica is surprisingly not as withered as Roxanne Wolf and Monty. She still has a lot of her shell. She's still quite understandable to see, but she did lose some noticeable pieces. And then we get our device here. This looks like it will be our Faz watch. It looks like she has the flashlight and the device at the same time, so I guess you'll be dual fisted here. And we're using the camera system here. This is going to be, I'm assuming, Cassie's Faz Watch, because Gregory has access to the cameras with his Faz Watch. This one looks like it's going to be our Faz Watch. And we can see the cameras here. They're in black and white. We have E for intercom, so maybe we'll be able to talk to people. We can zoom in and out, go through all the different cameras. Got a map over here. These might be a little bit more useful than Gregory's cameras. Personally, for me, I almost use the cameras maybe 5% of the time I've played Security Breach. They're not as helpful as just looking yourself. So maybe these will be a lot more helpful because they look a little more in depth. We got some security camera station, so we still are using security cameras. Either we're using them by hacking or not, but that device that we're using, I'm not sure if that's a FASB entertainment system that we can use, or we bring that and we hack into security cameras. We'll have to just wait and see on that one. And we see Roxy here. Not exactly sure what this area is. Looking at the map, I'm not sure either. Then we got another device here. Looks like a broken statue. This could be the green room because there's a lot of statues there. This could be the entrance with the golden Freddy statue. But yeah, looks like we're fixing this, or we are trying to power it. You can see we got our device and we're plugging it in. And then we got this walkie-talkie. It's a cute little Roxy walkie, and we're in the barbershop from the looks of it. We can hear Cassie is screaming out for Gregory. I will go back to kind of hear some of what they're saying, to kind of theorize about what they're talking about. But yeah, we hear her talking to Gregory.
Gregory, run!
And then we got this section. I'm not exactly sure what this area is, but it looks like from the way this is looking, we're most likely going to have sections of the Pizzaplex that are cut off that were open to Gregory because of the Pizzaplex being destroyed. But I'm not exactly sure about that. This is more of an opinion thought than a fact. But looking from this, I would say maybe there will be some sections, because we did see earlier that there's this large crate here. So it looks like the Pizzaplex might not be as easy to access throughout the place as we were as Gregory, because there will be more destroyed stuff, and probably like these that weren't here at the daycare before. There might be new things in our way. We'll have to take different routes to try to expand upon the Pizzaplex. But I don't know exactly what that's going to be. Then we got this area here, which would be our first look at Monty. Not exactly sure what this section is. My guess would be possibly the Fazcade area, like the price counter. The price counter that was near El Chip's arcade. You can see Monty here trying to get in between. I'm curious if this is going to be him opening this, or if he's just stuck here and he can't get through. Speaking of Monty, we see the walkways of Gator Golf, and it looks like we're riding one of those Monty head things that Monty himself was riding. I'm saying a lot of Monty in these sentences. But yeah, we see Cassie. She's riding one of these because it looks like Monty's mohawk here. So we must be riding along one of those moving rides, and we're jumping down to the catwalk. And there's interesting down here, we see a purple Freddy head, which obviously purple, William Afton. I'm curious if this is the loading icon that will pop up instead of the helpy making the pizza. It's very interesting that it's a purple Freddy. Makes me think of Glitch Trap, Burn Trap boss fight thing, where Freddy gets like corrupted and possessed by Burn Trap. So it's very interesting. Could have a underlying meaning, or it could just simply be a reference to William possessing Freddy in Burn Trap's ending, or how William is possessing the Pizzaplex. And she hops off here to land on the walkways. You can see it's very foggy down here. A lot of disarray. We have, looks like, some cleaning items here that are trying to clean up this area, and then they just gave up. I mean, I don't blame them. But yeah, we got some broken walkways and quite the leap of faith, I gotta say. Cassie's looking like a tough kid. Then we got this walkway, which is interesting. This looks like it is Chica's cupcake bakery area, because it looks like a ice cream or a cupcake topping with frosting. So looks like we're possibly going to explore more of that Chica bakery, which kind of didn't have much purpose in the original Security Breach, not the DLC. So I'm very excited to see what they're going to do with that area, because this looks like that area. I can't confirm 100% because I don't see like the sign, but I'm pretty dang certain that this is the bakery. Then we get our jump scare of Monty. You can see he's got an eye. He's got like no shell, no green shell that tells us this is Monty, besides us knowing his teeth and obviously that he broke his legs. And where we are, I'm not sure exactly either, because I don't remember this area, so that's pretty cool. Looks like we're in between the Pizzaplex or underground, because there's a lot of piping. And we get to see that Cassie is grabbing a hold of Monty, and she's not letting herself go down without a fight. And then we get the bite. Not the bite, but a bite. And then you can see, slow it down for a second here. Try to catch it. There, we see some static, and that most likely is telling us, like, Gregory, when he gets jump scared, he has static. So that's why I assume, I can't say for a fact that is a jump scare of Monty instead of a cutscene. But judging from the static, I would be saying it's pretty safe to say that was most likely our look at a jump scare. That's going to be Monty's jump scare. Carry on, we got this really weird scene of Chica. I'm actually not sure what to talk about it, so I feel like it just should show itself. Yeah, very weird. And of course, this huge moment where we see Freddy. And this is huge for later when I talk about my theories about this, but right now we see Freddy lying down. Him trying to get up. I assume there's a few things that could be going on here, which I'll get into detail later. But right now we see Freddy struggling in some way. And he's lying on some staff bots. There's this beam that's over him. He's very withered. Exciting to see what kind of state Freddy's in. We get a close look at Roxy. I'm not sure if this is story mode, a jump scare, but yeah. Then we get to see Sun and Moon, who honestly has become Two-Face now. Excuse me. Yeah, we get to see that the Sun and Moon's kind of become one being, as opposed to him turning when the lights are off and lights are on. And we'll let him do his little wave. We get a better look at him. We got some blue here for Moon and some yellow here for Sun. You can see he's got some sun pieces. He's also got his moon hat on, so their clothes are kind of become one as well. The pants are blue, but we can also see that they are a little bit red. He really is fusing to become one entity. Also, a creepy thing to point out is that Sun does have like a face plate of teeth, and underneath those teeth are teeth. This guy has a lot of teeth, let's just say. So he's got little small teeth that look like human teeth for some reason. I don't know what's up with that. Yeah, it looks like we can see his real, like, metallic robotic face underneath, which is interesting. He's waving. Curious what this is going to be about. And it looks like the daycare again. And here we have a very interesting scene where we can see what looks like the Vanny mask from Help Wanted. And we're putting it on, and we can see there's new looks. It looks metallic. There's these screws and stuff here. There's lenses on it, and there's cording. And for a split second, we see this, which is very interesting. Purple clouds. It looks like pixels. Like we're in some kind of digital viewing world of some kind. This here, I actually don't know what to say. Kind of looks like... I'm not much of a programmer, so I'm not sure. But... But this looks like some kind of digital world, which is really interesting. Then, of course, this humongous dynamic thing that comes at the end here. Now this, I don't actually have much to say that's just fact, besides the fact that I think it's cool. And the fact that it looks like it's crying. But I can't say for sure what this is, but we'll get to that when we get to the theories and opinions more instead of the facts. And then we get a little bit of snippet of words from Gregory here.
Don't give up on me yet.
Very interesting. And of course the date, July 2023. So that's very exciting. Obviously we're going to be playing that on this channel as soon as possible, and we'll definitely be kind of look at all the stuff that's going to unfold. That's going to be amazing. So we're super excited. I'm super excited to see this, super excited to play this DLC with you guys, and super excited to check out the story and anything that they are adding to this, making to this. What is this going to be about exactly? Is it going to be stories from the Pizzaplex are going to be confirmed in this thing? Is it just like throwing out all of our expectations? I'm excited for it. So that was kind of the run of it, trying to explain it more as just straight up factual. I do know that there were some things that I might have said that were slightly opinion, but I tried to keep it as much straight up fact as possible. So now we're going to go through the trailer, and I'm going to talk about some things that I theorize, and I'm going to look through these things and see what you guys think about my ideas, and talk about my first thoughts of what these things could be, and then we'll see if, you know, they're true when it comes out. Alright, so let's get to the theory part of this video and see some of the things that I think about, some of the things I've been theorizing about. And we're going to start with Cassie herself. I find Cassie to be a very interesting character because it seems from the information we learned from Gregory here, where he's pleading to Cassie to save him, that these two must be close, that these two must have been friends of some kind. So it's very interesting to kind of get a background of Gregory, knowing that he did have a friend and that she was his friend. Though it could be as well that Gregory is actually not the one talking, because it does seem kind of interesting for Gregory's character, because he is a pretty tough kid. I mean, he does get scared, as everyone does, but he just doesn't seem to act this way. His personality just doesn't seem to match, in my opinion, to this Gregory in this trailer, because we can hear him talking here.
Cassie, I hope you get this message. I'm trapped here at the Pizzaplex, or what's left of it. I don't have time to go into how I got here, but you've got to help me out.
Yeah, so he sounds very desperate, and he needs a lot of help, and he also talks about this part too.
Save me, Cassie, please. It's so dark down here.
I think that's pretty interesting, because we know that GGY seems to be Gregory, and that also with that story and the way it's inferring, Gregory seems to be Patient 46, we assume. But what's interesting is that Patient 46 is known to like dark areas like basements or caves.
Oh, right. Too bright. I'll pull the shades. Better? When the shade's pulled, it feels like we're in a cubbyhole or a cave? Yeah?
So it's very interesting, if Gregory was Patient 46, that he does not like the dark. So it doesn't match up with the personality characteristic trait of Patient 46. So that could lead to a couple things, but that's for a different time, different video. I just wanted to point that out. It's kind of interesting. That could give us a hint that this person talking isn't Gregory, or it could be giving us a hint that Patient 46 and the Gregory story has an in-depth meaning, that he, you know, Gregory was possessed, or that it's not Gregory. Like I said, that part about GGY and all that stuff is a different video, different topic, but it's just very interesting that he would mention this. So it kind of makes me wonder if this truly is Gregory. But regardless, it's interesting to think that if this message wasn't Gregory, it was created because the person who's making it believes that Cassie is Gregory's friend, kind of giving us this interesting idea that, is Cassie really Gregory's friend? And if she is, then it kind of gives us a background. I also want to talk about how Cassie here looks to be putting on the Vanny mask. So you can see the Vanny mask from Help Wanted. It's very interesting. And that we are putting it on, and we get to see what's inside. And then it illuminates the world into this clouds and lineage here. This actually looks like sun and moon up here. So maybe he climbs up and hops around. That's how we verse him. Because he does fly, which Moon flies. Sun kind of just levitates. But yeah. So it seems like there's a digital world, and it's what makes this very interesting is of Help Wanted is that there is on the legal waiver that we sign before we get in to play the VR game, is that there are a few things that we sign to agree to being okay with as bad side effects, such as digital consciousness transference and like night tremors, night sweats, and all those things. But there is one in between that is real life manifestations of digital characters.
FNAFSB Entertainment is not responsible for accidental digital consciousness transference, real-world manifestations of digital characters, nightmares, night terrors, night sweats.
And that's what I think might be going on here. By putting on that Vanny mask, we might be able to see the manifestations of digital characters, which is very interesting because I think maybe they've been alluding to this for a little while, because in some of my secret videos, in one of the secret videos I can think of, I talk about how there is references to Help Wanted, and some of those references are actually the rooms that are created to look like levels. We've got like vent repair, the mango vent repair. We have also some of, in that same room, references to the vent repair for Ennard. We also have Build a Mangle from the DLC Curse of Dreadbear room. And I think there might be one or two more, but right now I can't think. But that's just for example, that there is real-life manifestations of digital pieces of items and things. Starting to make me wonder if Cassie actually is not a real human being. She's not flesh and blood, but ones and zeros. I'm starting to wonder from this, because that mask also comes from Help Wanted, if that Vanny mask is a real-life manifestation of a digital item, and that the digital world and the real world are starting to collide. And so I'm thinking that Cassie might actually be the real-life manifestation of a digital character, and her digital character counterpart is Princess Quest. Cassie does have similarities to the princess in Princess Quest, and so it would be interesting if Cassie was actually that princess given life in the real world, because it does kind of match up how Princess Quest's princess, she gets attacked by this amalgamated rabbit and then comes back thanks to a wizard, which references GGY, with GGY being the wizard's most favorite apprentice, which is very interesting as well, referencing Princess Quest. And Princess Quest, we get the Sword of Light, and we go through and we try to collect all the pieces and free the person who's trapped behind the door at the end. I'm kind of wondering if maybe the story that we play from Princess Quest 1 to 3 might be similar to this DLC, and that we're actually playing like a real-life Princess Quest with Cassie. A huge reason why I think this is because for a little while, the in-game files actually had the name Cassidy on the princess. The princess's files was named Cassidy, which is the name we all know is associated with Golden Freddy. So it's starting to make it sound like I'm believing that Cassie could be Golden Freddy. And truth be told, I'm actually starting to believe this. I'm starting to wonder if Cassie is Golden Freddy, and that Golden Freddy was put in as the princess for Princess Quest. Now, I can't say for certain how that would be or why, but I do have my own ideas and theories that I haven't put out there yet about what happened with the Blob, what happened, how Glitchtrap became Glitchtrap, and all these things. But once that comes out, I'll explain a little bit more. But I do have an opinion that I think that they did survive the fire, and that Golden Freddy might actually have had her soul put into the princess, and that the princess was given life as a real-life manifestation of a digital character, and she's not a real human, which could explain how she has such a strong link to the digital world. And it's starting to make you wonder if GGY, because the Pizzaplex books are actually called Tales from the Pizzaplex, while GGY is a real character, the story of GGY might actually be misinterpreted, as the books are called Tales from the Pizzaplex that could mean that there are urban legends that were created and misremembered, and information kind of got lost between each person retelling the story, and that's why GGY seems more like Gregory, when in fact GGY could be this girl Cassie. We do see her have a device that allows her to hack into like the security cameras, or if she is just using security cameras, she has this device that clicks in to give power and all these things, and she has this mask that links her to the digital world, the rabbit mask, the Vanny one. So it's very interesting to think that perhaps Cassie could be a digital person or a Golden Freddy spirit given a body through transferring into the real world as a digital manifestation, a real life manifestation of a digital character. So that's kind of a theory that I have for Cassie. And then this rabbit here could be a couple of things. This character is actually Vanny. I'm actually hoping for it because I've been wanting a shattered Vanny where we get to see her really just go crazy, because in the game she's kind of happy-go-lucky, skipping around thinking she's invincible, and she wasn't really overall that much of a scary threat, kind of just a person that was an okay threat level enemy. Very slow, not very threatening. So to have her be more serious and kind of losing her cool, getting into being more aggressive and a stronger threat makes this exciting, and I hope that this is Vanny. That maybe, because the ending of Security Breach, we don't actually know the canon ending, but judging from this trailer, I would say that it's most likely the disassemble Freddy, disassemble Vanny ending, the one where Vanny actually gets ripped up by the staff bots. Because if we see here, let me see if I can find it. It's the part with Freddy. Here it is. We see Freddy here lying on the ground, and he looks a lot like Freddy did when he was disassembled in that ending when we disassemble Vanny. We can't see his stomach, but it does look like the stomach is ripped open, which matches to what we see in that ending. Also, even though it's very dark, we can see up here, it looks like the walls, right here too, the walls that are in the Phaser Blast, which makes me think he must have got knocked down like in the CGI movie, where he gets knocked down by the Nightmare and a staff bots, and then they start ripping him up. So that would tell us that Ruin takes place. If Ruin does take place after, and this is like a canon telling us which ending is true, the true ending of Security Breach would then be Gregory, because we see Monty here's got no legs, so he has no claws. And we see Chica, let me get her face, she has no beak. That means the true ending of Security Breach would be that Gregory decommissioned both Monty, Chica, as well as taking the eyes of Roxy. And then after he decommissioned all the animatronics, he decided to go verse Vanny in her Phaser Blast hideout. And then we disassemble, Vanny. And this is the disassembled Freddy. So yeah, so the ending would be disassemble Vanny. So that would mean that we haven't actually versed Burn Trap as Gregory. Burn Trap was not actually supposed to be found by us, the players. So that means that this could be a disassembled Vanny coming back to attack us. And notice the grin looks a lot like Glitch Trap. So my theory, it could be that Vanny was disassembled and became fully linked with Glitch Trap, and now they kind of have their suits become one because it's the real life manifestation of digital characters. Perhaps Glitch Trap manifested himself upon Vanny. Or this could be a type of Burn Trap, because as I said a little bit ago, we haven't actually versed Burn Trap if the disassemble Vanny is the true ending. Of course, I did see one person say that this could be Mimic. I try not to watch anyone's their analysis videos and stuff for this video. I kind of wanted to just be my opinions solely, but I did see someone's title say this could be the Mimic, and I see why, because this character does look a lot like a dog, not just a rabbit. And we know that the Mimic character, I can't recall now if it's the Mimic story or if it is the epilogue story, one of those depiction stories of the Mimic we know that they cosplay and dress up as different people. And one of them was a dog. So this could be the dog costume. The dog costume could be alluding to Fetch, which then Fetch makes us think it's Golden Freddy because Andrew is supposed to be like the representation of Golden Freddy. So that could break all my thoughts about Cassie being Golden Freddy. But hey, if we get to the truth, who cares, right? So this could be the Mimic. This could be the Mimic in a dog costume. This could be Vanny fused with Glitchtrap, or this could very well just be Vanny shattered from being disassembled. Or this could be Burntrap. Because like I said, if the ending is with disassembling Vanny, we never actually see Burntrap, meaning Burntrap has all the time in the world he needs to repair himself. This could very well be Burntrap. So yeah, that's kind of my ideas and theories about what this crazy thing is. I also should say before we go that there is tears, which makes me think this must be more of a possessed creature, because there's tears are always associated with the spirits of people. Even adults have tears. It's not just the children. William Afton actually had tears as well. So anyone's soul has tears. So that was kind of some of my theories and ideas going on here. Summing up of all that's kind of been rambled on here. Don't have any script or anything. I'm just going straight on my first thoughts, first opinions and theories here. Is that Cassie could be the princess, and that we see with the Vanny mask that perhaps that waiver that was warning us of real life manifestations of digital characters was a true, honest warning, and that the digital world is now becoming a part of the real world thanks to Glitchtrap, and that we're actually going to step into a digital world as well as the real world, and that Cassie could very well be a digital person, not a real human child. So yeah, very interesting, and that the rabbit creature thing at the end could be between the Mimic, Burntrap, Vanny, Glitchtrap, Vanny. There's plenty of scenarios and possibilities. So yeah, for me, what I'm thinking is I'm kind of leaning towards the thought that Cassie might be the real GGY, and that she's actually just taking the kind of identity and putting it on Gregory. Or maybe GGY stands for like Golden Freddy something. And that Cassie is a real life manifestation of a digital character of Princess Quest. It's Princess trying to save Gregory, kind of like how she was trying to save Vanessa in that ending. And that rabbit thing I'm hoping is Vanny, but that's just my theories and thoughts. Let's see. I mean, when Ruin comes out, it could totally shatter everything, and Cassie's just a real human girl that has really no connection. It's just another Jeremy. Let me know what you guys think about this in the comments. What is your theories and thoughts about this? Do you agree? Do you think that some of my ideas make sense, or am I just crazy? Yeah, I'd love to hear from you guys. I'm curious what you guys think about this trailer. Do you think it's like super cool? Do you have any theories that you would love to share? Because I would love to read them. Yeah, so like I said, let me know. And that's going to be it for today. That's the end of this video. Done all we could to analyze this. Not many secrets and references in this. Kind of more new stuff. So I'm really... kind of just new stuff, so I'm really excited to see what we're going to get from this DLC. I do have to say that it looks like we will be going through the Pizzaplex again, and there's not going to be too many new areas, but there will be new broken areas, so we get to be able to climb up to things and maybe interact with things a little bit different than when we were Gregory. But yeah, I'm very excited, and as I said, we're going to play this on this channel, of course, as soon as possible, and I hope to see you guys there. And yeah, that's it. So thank you guys for joining me on this analysis video and theories, and I'll see you guys on the next one. And as always, I hope you all have a lovely day. Bye guys.